Hey guys, welcome to this webisode of Triple R. I got a little surprise for you. We're doing an unboxing and a review of a product in a category that is quite close to my heart. It's a networking product, a router to be exact. Now this router comes from a brand called ROG. For those of you not familiar with the ROG brand, it's a brand from Asus. It's the ROG Rapture. ROG stands for Republic of Gamers. Here it is, the ROG Rapture. Now, why is this router interesting? First of all, it's packed with the latest and greatest specs available today for any particular router. We will unbox this as well as do a quick review of all its features and what makes it tick. It's probably also one of the most expensive. Now, is it the best? Wait for the review and find out more. Catch you in the end. This is the router Overlord here, and we're doing an unboxing of it right now. As spoken, this is the ROG Rapture. It's an AC5300 router, and it's by Asus, designed for gaming. So unlike any of the routers before, this is the router that they put under their ROG category. So let's go on to the unboxing and see what comes in the box. Here it is in all its glory, the ROG Rapture AC5300. Now I'm going to go and dig this out and let's see what's around it. It is a heavy router. Unlike some of the other routers, this one comes with 8 gigabit ports. As you can tell, the gaming ports are here on the top, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and LAN aggregation 2 is available on this, and that's at the bottom on port 5 and 6. Now, those of you wondering what LAN aggregation is for, it's for those of you who have network attached storage. There is 2 USB 3.0 ports, and the antennas are removable. Unlike some AC5400 routers, which I will show you when it comes to the review time, the routers don't have removable antennas. So let's see what else comes in the box. This is a huge, this is actually not too bad. It's actually quite a small adapter. Unlike most adapters, this one runs the Mickey Mouse plug or the computer power cable. The reason why we call it Mickey Mouse is, yeah, this looks like Mickey Mouse. All the power cords are included for the various different countries. So you can tell, okay. Now we know why it's called the gaming router. It's still using the WT Fast, which is a network connection, and you need to create an account. Not exactly sure how long this account is for and whether you will have to pay. Do check back to the review. Do check back with us on the review to find out more. So, what else is in the box? Let's go in deeper. And these are the antennas. All 8 of them. So you'll have 8 antennas to mount onto the router. Yeah, it's a lot of antennas. Okay, so here we have it. The ROG Rapture unboxed. Right, guys. Now that you've seen the unboxing, let me go through some of the features that I really like. Now, one of the things that's very incredible about this ROG Rapture is that it comes with a whole host of features that you can adjust straight out of the box. No special firmware required. It comes with WT Fast built into it. And you can set it all up in the user interface of this particular router. It also has something called Game Radar. It has also dedicated LAN gaming ports where it will ignore every other traffic and give you the best possible connection. It also has ports that you can team together. Now that's interesting because, I mean, 1 gigabit lines are rare here in Malaysia, so you can actually get two 500 meg lines and team them up together, creating one huge gigabyte pipe. On top of that, it also has dual WAN features where you can use a WAN and maybe a USB modem or another network connection and team them up together and have load balancing. Not to mention the Wi-Fi is a tri-band new MIMO, latest and greatest capable wireless technology. I like the way that the software is done and it's set up so that you can easily configure everything at the touch of your hand. It also has all the neat little features like parental controls, and its USB ports can be configured for a whole host of connectivity. One, you can connect it to a drive which you can share over the internet. You can also take the drive and turn it into a media server. You can connect it to a printer. You can connect it to a USB router, a USB modem. So there's a whole host of devices that you can connect this particular ROG Rapture to. And a 5300 bandwidth means you have a maximum amount of devices that can be connected.
Alright guys, as you can tell from the images here, I'm using a software called Wi-Fi Analyzer, and basically what it does, it shows me all the Wi-Fi signals in the area. Now this is a software that's very good to use. Now if you want to find out what Wi-Fi signals are around and which channels they're on and what they're clashing with, this is probably the best software to have. And I didn't find the same equivalent on the Apple system. This one's on the Android one. So as we can tell from here, the Asus Rapture that I've installed, basically it's the only Asus software signal that you can find, Wi-Fi signal that you can find. It's tower over everything else, right? So that signal's like head and shoulders above all the other routers in the vicinity, or all the other Wi-Fi signals that can be detected in the vicinity. I use two particular systems in my home. One is the Linksys Velop, which is a mesh system, so that's named LK Wi-Fi. And then the other one, which is my main router, is the WRT 1900 ACS. Now, those of you who are familiar with the Linksys brand, the WRT is no slouch. And to add to it, I've actually installed the boosted antennas on it, so that, well, you could say it's an unfair advantage, but I've added that. So you can tell from the 2.4, the Asus is head and shoulders above everything else. And then as we move to the 5, we see the same situation that's occurring on the 5 in the lower band, as well as the 5 on the higher band. Obviously, using any device connected to the router at this point is not going to have an issue. And then what I wanted to do was to see how far it would go, right? So I then moved one floor down, and then this is where you start to see all the differences. For example, in the 2.4 that we're looking at here, the WRT is now missing entirely from the 2.4 signal band. So you don't see the WRT anywhere. However, the Asus signal is still there, and it's not higher than one of the LK Wi-Fi's, which is my mesh, but that's because it's another node. So it's a secondary node that's downstairs that's having that higher signal. So it's actually still got quite a significant signal strength while it's downstairs. And then looking at the 5 gigahertz, you can still see the same propagating throughout. And if we look at the upper band, now this is where I was surprised, because the Asus Rapture now has a higher signal output power compared to the wireless mesh system that I have. And all in all, when I was using the system, playing games on it and Dota, I've never had a problem with it cutting and going into lags where you'll be screaming bloody murder when you guys are going into a frag and it's 5 versus 5, you know. So this is the Wi-Fi, and to me it is, for a router at this point, it's the king of the hill.
Right, so all this is quite interesting because it also has the capability to prioritize not just for computer games. PC or Mac games. It also has the ability to prioritize for game consoles, right? Not everybody plays games only on the PC. So if you think that the router only works for a PC game, that's not the case. It also does its good job for the console games. All in all, I think with the 8 LAN ports at the back, now previously the only 8 LAN port router was the GT-AC5300, right? But there was a problem. The AC88U was not a tri-band router, and the GT5300 AC5300, sorry if I got that wrong, didn't come with 8 LAN ports. So it was a bit of a confusing one, because which one of those were the top end routers? Now with this Asus Rapture, ROG Rapture, they've combined the best features from both. You've had the 8 LAN ports with the port aggregation, as well as the tri-band 5300 bandwidth, all in one. Some routers only have one USB 3.0 port. This one has 2. So you're gonna be able to connect high-speed devices to either or both. Unlike before, I mean, the best I've seen is only one USB 3.0 and an eSATA, or one USB 3 and one USB 2. This is the first I've seen of 2 USB 3.0. Right, with the WT Fast, it comes with a subscription that comes with the router. You don't have to subscribe to it again. Of course, it's dedicated only to one machine at a time. Hey, better than none, right? Right, so this is the gaming router that we have. Do I like it? Yes. Will I pay the price for it? No, the price is heavy, my friends. It comes at 2,599 ringgit. It's expensive. It's more expensive than some notebooks. But hey, if you want a lag-free line and a trouble-free internet, this is perhaps one of the ways to go. Moreover, the other options not available here, Linksys EA9500, which is most similar at this point in time to this router, is not available on sale in Malaysia. And their newly launched WRT32X with killer networks is also not launched in Malaysia. In fact, it's not launched yet. So we might just get our hands on it, and if we do, we're gonna see if we can pit this one up against the King of the Hill currently. So the best router out there right now that I can see for sure is this particular, the Asus ROG Rapture. Right, so you heard it here. If you have 2,599 to shell out, this is the router to get, and you won't be disappointed. Now, if you stay in a mansion and you need your house covered, then hey, I'm sorry, this isn't going to solve all that problem. But if you have a lot of lag times and there are occasions where you're not going to be able to get good connections, or it keeps getting cut off, it's your router that's doing the dirty deed for you. So change your router. If you've got 2,599 to spare, this is probably the router for you. Right, until our next review, I'll see you guys again. Cheers.